In this video, I will explain about descriptive and expository paragraphs, and this is the continuation of sandwich paragraph that we have discussed. So we'll write descriptive and expository paragraphs in sandwich style. Let's talk about descriptive paragraph. A good descriptive paragraph is like a window into another world. Through the use of careful examples or details, an author can create a scene that vividly lively describes a person, a place, or a thing. The descriptive writing may appeal to senses: smell, and then sight, taste, touch, and hearing. Not all can be applicable, of course. We'll later see some of the examples. So in general, when you are writing a descriptive paragraph, the readers will be able to imagine. This is very important. The readers will be able to imagine what you describe or who you describe. So for example, I am writing a descriptive paragraph and then I am describing a celebrity, for example, or let's say my friend that you haven't met. If I write this descriptive paragraph very well, the readers of my paragraph will be able to imagine what my friend looks like, and then his or her personalities and many other details, even though they haven't met this friend of mine. So the key is, when you are writing a descriptive paragraph, you present somebody or something to the readers with all the details in such a way, sedemikian rupa, in such a way that the readers will be able to imagine this person, this place, or this object, even though the readers haven't met the person, even though the readers haven't seen the objects before. That is the key of descriptive paragraph. I'll give you an example. This is from a student. This is the writing of a student talking about his or her mother. She will talk about the title of this paragraph first. My mother, my favorite person. As we have discussed, title should be written in noun phrase. This is an example of noun phrase. My mother, my favorite person. And then the sentences which I put here are the, you know the name, the topic sentence and the conclusion sentence. The topic sentence is, my mother is my favorite person. If we still remember the video before, title and topic sentence should be in accordance to each other. So here we have my mother, my favorite person as the title, and then my mother is my favorite person as the topic sentence. Both are slightly similar. The difference is on the form. the title is in the form of noun phrase, while the topic sentence is of course in the form of a sentence. And then we'll go to the supporting details or supporting sentences. I'll just read. Remember that the topic sentence controls the whole idea of this paragraph. So, in this paragraph, you will talk about your mother as your favorite person. We'll see why you like your mother. We'll see here. I will just read. I admire her because she is disciplined. She is almost never absent and never comes late to office. Whenever she is sick, she still tries to come to the office. I learned to be disciplined by looking on her habits. Her appearance is also inspiring me. She always wears tidy clothes and looks simple. She does not like to primp in front of the mirrors for hours. She does not like to primp in front of the mirror for hours. She only spends around 15 minutes for dressing up, then she will continue to another activity. Here, the writer or the author explains why he or she likes his or her mother. The author explains in detail why the mother is the favorite person. And then after it's done, as I said, as we discussed previously about sandwich paragraph, we'll close this paragraph with the bread, the conclusion sentence. In conclusion, I like her obeying of the office rules and her simple look. Some of you may be asking why the conclusion sentence and the topic sentence are different. Because as we discussed earlier, they are similar. Well, they are similar in terms of meaning, but in terms of sentence structure, they should be different. You should retell the topic sentence in different way in the conclusion sentence with the addition, this is very important, with the addition of what you have written in the supporting sentences. So conclusion sentence is the topic sentence that is rephrased plus the details of the supporting sentences explained in brief or in short. If we take a look here, I like her. It's the same with my mother is my favorite person, right? I like her. And then obeying the rules, the office rules and her simple look, this information is obtained from the supporting details. So after you write the supporting details, you have more information about the mother and you can include that into your conclusion. So this is the example of a descriptive paragraph. By reading this paragraph, readers can imagine what kind of mother the author has. Disciplined, simple look, doesn't really like to be in front of the mirror for hours. You can imagine that kind of person, right? If you can imagine that as readers, it means the descriptive paragraph is a good paragraph. Now that we have discussed descriptive paragraphs, we'll move to the next genre, that is expository. Expository paragraph gives information. It explains a subject, gives directions, or show how something happens or is made. If you still remember the materials when you were in high school, you were taught procedure text. Procedure text tells readers how to do something or how to make something. For example, how to make omelette, how to make fried rice, and the likes. Procedure text is an example of expository. But expository is not just procedure, because expository is not just telling readers how to make something, but it also explains concepts, show how something happens. For example, you want to explain how tsunami happens, how earthquake happens. In the field of English language teaching, for example, you can write expository paragraph about types of learning styles, and then kinds of motivation. You can also talk about the differences between certain concepts, differentiating between one concept and another. We call it compare and contrast. And then you can also explain about certain terminologies that you are studying now. Let's say you want to explain the concept of phonology, morphology, syntax, and others that you learn in linguistics class. In general, writing expository is very important in academia because it's the embryo of academic papers, theses, and dissertations. So all the papers that you will have to make in the future in academia, the genre will most likely be expository, in which you try to explain something. That's why it's very important for everybody to understand and practice how to make expository paragraph. This is an example of an expository paragraph. The title, Possible Causes of Frequent Forest Fires in Indonesia. You still remember that title is the noun phrase version of the topic sentence. Here we have the title, Possible Causes of Frequent Forest Fires in Indonesia, and then we have the topic sentence. Forest fires commonly happen in Indonesia because of the combination of hot temperature and strong winds. And then from this topic sentence, you will need to elaborate into several supporting details. I will just read the supporting sentences. Forest fire can happen in areas with hot temperatures. Indonesia is located on the equator, which makes Indonesia have areas with hot temperatures. Hot temperatures will increase in dry season. That causes many plants to become dry. Dry plants are very flammable by sunlight. Dry grass that is burnt will make the whole forest get burned with the help of strong winds. Forest fire will be difficult to extinguish because of the strong winds that make the fire get bigger. These supporting details elaborate the topic sentence saying that forest fires happen due to or because of the combination of hot temperature and strong winds. And then, as we have discussed before about the sandwich paragraph, after we have finished writing the supporting details, we'll need to close our paragraph with a conclusion sentence. All in all, in forest areas which have hot temperatures and strong winds, forest fire can happen. If you still remember, the conclusion sentence is almost similar with the topic sentence, because in the sandwich picture, you see that two of them are manifested as the bread. The way we write the sentences is different, but the message or the content of the sentences are pretty much the same. Here we have included hot temperatures and strong winds because it has been elaborated in the supporting details. As we have learned, conclusion sentence is just like topic sentence with the addition of the information obtained from the supporting sentences written in a short version or written in brief. As perhaps you have realized by now that to write expository, very often we need to search for information in the internet or in any other sources. If that's the case, please do. So at times you will need to read a lot to find information before you are finally able to write something. So in order to be able to write, you will need to read. Lastly, I hope that this video helps. There is a quote, "Writing is like driving at night. You can see only as far as the headlights, but you can make the whole trip that way." So writing needs process. It's okay if you are not sure the end product of what you are writing, but the most important thing is you make progress step by step. Only then you can finish the writing at the end of the day.